A lot of you have been asking questions. Why is it that Nigerian government do not want to go after the terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria? A lot of you have been asking, why is it that Nigerian government don't want to, end insurgency? Why is it that they don't want to go after the Boko Haram members? Why is it that they're not going after ISWAP? Why is it that they're not going after Fulani headsmen? A lot of you do not know what is going on in Nigeria. In fact, for the matter of fact, I don't live in Nigeria. For the past 15 years, I've not been living in Nigeria. I only visit Nigeria and go. But I know what is happening in Nigeria much more than people living in Nigeria. A lot of you don't know. Obasanjo, served for 8 years. And according to them, geopolitical zone, whatever they plan, whatever the agreement is, the power was supposed to remain in the north for 8 years. When Yar'Adua came, after Obasanjo's term, Yar'Adua came to power. When Yar'Adua came to power, he used the South, candidate as a running mate. That is Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Now, when he used Goodluck Ebele Jonathan as a running mate, he won the election. Yar'Adua won the election. After when Yar'Adua won the election, on the process, Yar'Adua died. When Yar'Adua died, according to Constitution, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan automatically became the acting president of Nigeria. When he became the acting president of Nigeria, the Northerners became angry. They became so angry and so, bitter. Most especially, somebody like Buhari became so aggressive, became so angry that the power must have to remain in the north for 8 years. Now, you can see the originator of this Boko Haram and the terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria, how they came about. Now, Buhari was so angry to the extent that he started threatening Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He's telling him that if you still remain in power, that Buhari will make Nigeria ungovernable for him. He made the remark. And when he made the remark, and you know Buhari very well, Buhari is somebody that he doesn't talk too much. When he talks, he do. And he knows very well that his people are very loyal to him. Do you understand? Now, when Jonathan became the president of Nigeria, the Northerners became so angry. They became so super angry. People like Buhari and all the rest, they became so angry to the extent they went and started, recruiting their boys. Because you cannot tell me. Now, let me ask a question. How did these terrorists get to have those weapons, those sophisticated weapons in their custody? I want to understand. Those weapons are not made in Nigeria. In fact, those weapons are not made in Africa. How did they get those weapons? Do we have intel, Boko Haram intels in Nigerian military? Do we have Boko Haram members as Nigerian military personnel? These are questions that you guys are not asking. Critical questions that you guys were supposed to be asking before now. When Goodluck Ebele Jonathan became the president, we all saw what played out. Buhari became so super angry to the extent that Boko Haram became, too much. Their action became too much. They started killing the northern part of Nigeria. They started from Borno down to Katsina to all the rest, all the states in the northern part. Started killing people, doing all manner of things. And at the end of the day, during the campaign 2015, Buhari did his shenanigans, his amansi, and acted like as if Boko Haram came after him, and they shoot his car, and at the end of the day, he survived it according to them. But for me, personally, I believe that it was just a political stunt. He was just trying to do it to attract sympathy and also create awareness that Boko Haram is also attacking him, that he don't know anything about Boko Haram. That is how I got to see it. Now, after that, when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan lost the election in 2015, Buhari became the president of Nigeria. When Buhari became the president of Nigeria, by then, Boko Haram is already uncontrollable. They are already beyond Buhari's capacity. He don't have the capacity to end them. He don't have the capacity to control them anymore. And he don't have the power to even go after them, because he knows that these are his boys that he recruited to make to make Nigeria ungovernable for Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. This is how Boko Haram came up. And this is how APC came to power. And so don't expect this APC government to go after Boko Haram members to end Boko Haram insurgency. It is impossible. Don't expect this APC-led government to go after Tuji Bello. It is impossible. Don't expect an APC-led government to go after Fulani headsmen. It is impossible. That is why you can see Fulani headsmen carrying AK-47, carrying pump action, carrying sophisticated weapon, walking about, and nobody will stop them. Because they have been recruited already. They were recruited by the previous government to make sure that they push this government into power. That is how Boko Haram came about. And today, APC-led government finds it difficult to end insurgency, to end bandits, to end Boko Haram and Fulani headsmen. That is why Buhari and Tinubu had conversation, making him to understand that he must not go after Boko Haram with excessive force. That if you want to end Boko Haram, that he should go with soft-handed. That is why our gallant men, our gallant military men, our gallant military personnel captured these Boko Haram members. Instead of Nigerian government to prosecute them and sentence them to life in jail or sentence them to firing squad, they were being pampered, put in a rehabilitation home, feed them well, give them money, and reintegrate them back to the society. If you're a critical thinker, you get to understand that there is something deeper than you know about Boko Haram. This is not just something that just came up or something that came from somewhere. This is something that was brewed by the previous government to make Nigeria ungovernable for Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And now this thing is backfiring because it's uncontrollable. It's no longer, it cannot control it anymore. That is why Nigerian government can never, unless if there is another government that entered into power today, that is the only thing that can make this insurgency to end in Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria. But as long as APC-led governments remain in power, I can tell you for free that there will be no end of insurgency anytime soon. There will be no end of insurgency anytime soon, unless another government, another party enters into power today in Nigeria. That will be the end of insurgency in Nigeria. But as long as APC remains in power, to be honestly speaking, I'm telling you this for free. Nobody else will tell you. Insurgency will keep growing in Nigeria, in the northern part of Nigeria. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next one.